Now, mental health challenges among pregnant women and teenagers are on the rise, driven by factors such as abusive relationships, substance abuse, and economic hardship. A clinic for pregnant women in Naivasha has highlighted the urgent need for psychological support to address these issues. According to health experts, over 8% of young mothers attending the clinic have been diagnosed with mental health conditions. The clinic provides gynecological services, dietary advice, and physical therapy to help pregnant women navigate their journey.
Thank you.
We really face a lot of challenges when you're pregnant and even when you're taking care of our children. Matters of abusive marriages, not just having enough money to go to the clinic, I think, and even diet, yeah, just eating the right food. So today I'm happy that we've had a mental health specialist to just talk to the ladies to tell them what is this thing that you need to do.
At NHC, in 2 out of 10, we've received like 2 mothers who have suffered mental health issues in puerperium, that is breastfeeding and postpartum. And what we have done is to assign them to support groups headed by our psychologist, our resident psychologist, and also the counselor. We've also partnered them with mother mentors who are able to take them through the journey, and especially for first-time moms. I think they need more support from mothers who've gone through the same journey.
They supported us, wametupatia hizo vaccinations, helping me psychologically to deal with a small baby. Haikuangi rahisi lakini wamenisaidia sana.
It has covered a lot of things actually, because being a first mom, you have to, it's a new encounter, and a new encounter, you need someone to work with you. So at least they have been there to work with us, they have been there to hold our hands, they have been there to encourage us and to give us the things that you're supposed to do and the things that you're supposed to avoid.
Now, human rights activists and family members are demanding an end to the dumping of bodies in River Yala. Following the discovery of a teacher's body, they gathered outside a mortuary to express outrage and call for action. They criticized the government for failing to address the issue and urged increased security along the riverbank. The family of the deceased teacher believes he was murdered and is calling for justice. The incident has highlighted the ongoing problem and prompted demands for the government to take decisive action.
We learned of the boy through social media, and as relatives we are so saddened, and we are appealing to the authorities, especially the security, to beef up, especially around the school and also around River Yala. So I have nothing more to say because we are saddened and heavy in our hearts. It's only that we are happy again about the human rights that are following the case together with the CID and the Kenya police. So we are just appealing for the justice.
As far as the outcome of the postmortem, which has just been conducted, the preliminary thing is that this guy did not drown. This is not a voluntary caused death. This is somebody who was killed elsewhere and dumped at the River Yala, probably after the body is already decomposed or something like that. That is why it was picked as in bad shape. Well, as far as the killers, I don't know. We are praying for you people that you don't cause harm to other people.
We are saying that a time has come that they should come out and make sure that the security of the people around Riala, and also to come out very clearly to tell us what is happening here and there again, because we are seeing many of the bodies which are being found in River Yala. They are coming from outside Sia County.
Now, 54 Collective, a venture company, is set to provide up to $500 million in equity catalytic and non-dilutive capital to MSMEs across Africa over the next 5 years to boost their financial inclusion in African business. Now, entrepreneurs can access up to $250,000 in equity funding and low-interest loans of up to $150,000 that the company is prioritizing women-led ventures, aiming to fund at least 50% of the women enterprises across Africa. Kenya entrepreneurs have already received $6 million in funding from 54 collective since 2023. Now, over 500,000 young entrepreneurs in Africa will also benefit from the company's Entrepreneurship Academy. Now, the 12-week program offers digital resources and business support.
And what that means is a combination of equity capital that we deploy to founders, but also we provide what we call non-dilutive loans at 5%. And that is actually quite important because that capital is actually designed to help entrepreneurs build and de-risk their businesses so that they don't lose their equity in their business, or ownership, if I may. So that is actually quite important.
So what we're targeting is to get to a situation where we have 50% of our portfolio being represented by women founders. Currently, under the new vehicle we're investing in, this number is at 45% already. So we're making some good headway, and we expect this to get to 50%. And then in terms of how we support them, so on top of so we provide the $250,000 of equity capital to all entrepreneurs, and then we also provide the $150,000 of debt capital. But on top of that, if you're a woman founder, you get an additional $150,000.
Now, macadamia farmers in Embu County are up in arms over a renewed push for processors to reinstate a ban on the exportation of raw and unprocessed macadamia nuts. Now, the proposal put forward during a meeting in Nairobi has sparked outrage among farmers who see it as a threat to their livelihoods.
In Embu County, tension is rising among macadamia farmers. This follows a proposal by some processors to reintroduce the ban on the exportation of raw and unprocessed macadamia. The suggestion was put forward during a meeting in Nairobi earlier this week and has been met with fierce resistance from farmers who view it as a threat to their livelihoods. Last November, the government under then Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Mithika Linturi temporarily lifted the ban on raw macadamia exports. This move provided much-needed relief to farmers who had been forced to sell their produce at a meager 10 shillings per kilo due to a lack of alternative markets.
Hii sheria ambayo iliundwa mwaka 2013 kwa hakika ilikuwa ya kufinyiria mwananchi. Na vile sasa imewekwa kando kwa muda wa mwaka mmoja, tumeona afueni kidogo. Kwa hivyo ni kama kuna cartel ya hawa watu wanajipanga ndio waendelee kufinyiria mkulima wa macadamia. Ndio ni kama wanafanya mpango hiyo sheria irudishwe tena ndio na sisi wakulima tuendelee kufinyirika zaidi.
However, processors are now lobbying for the ban's reinstatement, claiming it is crucial for protecting their businesses. Farmers, on the other hand, argue that this move is a deliberate attempt to monopolize the market and suppress prices, allowing processors to purchase macadamia nuts at extremely low prices while making substantial profits after processing.
Wakati Mchina alikuwa ananunua macadamia kwetu, kulikuwa na pesa. Lakini sasa hawa watu wa kwetu wenye walikuja kununua siku hizo wakapika Mchina, walikuja kuvinyiria mkulima. Na ndio maana tunasema ni vema kama mtu anaweza nunua macadamia kwa bei mzuri, mkulima vaindike, hiyo ndio tungetaka.
Njeru Kathangu, the National Vice Chair of the National Nuts Traders Association of Kenya, is leading the opposition against the proposed ban. He insists that the macadamia sector should operate under free market principles, where prices are determined by supply and demand, not by the interests of a select few.
Mchina wakati ameanza kununua macadamia kwa mashamba yetu kwa wakati huu tunapata shilingi 120, na wao jana wanasema Mchina ananunua macadamia kwa shilingi 30. Huo ni uongo mtupu, hao ni matumbo yao wanataka kutetea.
Criticizing local elected leaders for failing to represent the farmers' interests, he calls on members of parliament to repeal the act that restricts the market freedom.
Ikiwa hii sheria itakuwa inaondolewa, tutafurahi. na isipoondolewa ili mkulima hawe na haki, sisi tutafanya maandamano kama wakulima wa makandamia Kenya yote. Kilimo, tutafika pale Kilimo House tuseme na waziri, sababu MP wetu wote kutoka Mlima Kenya wameshindwa na kazi ya kuondoa ile sheria. Sasa tunaona ni waziri akinja mara moja anaitoa kwa muda mfupi halafu inarudi tena. Tungetaka iondolewe kabisa katika vitabu vya sheria vya Kenya.
The farmers have made their stance clear. If the government bows to the processor's demands, they will not hesitate to take to the streets in protest. As the debate over the future of Kenya's macadamia industry intensifies, the voices of the farmers, those who work tirelessly to produce this valuable crop, are growing louder by the day. Harriet Chimea, K24.
All right, that story by Harriet Chimea wraps up our bulletin of this hour here on K24 Newscast. Thank you so much for being part of this program and trusting us to bring you up to speed with what is making headlines across the country. So keep it K24, because up next is Jungula Sporty with Abula Ahmed. Right? My name is Brian Amoai. A sign language interpreter has been Walter Asewe. Do have yourselves a lovely afternoon.